Hey everyone, welcome to another wonderful episode of Monday Mornings with Elise and welcome. So this week we're going to talk about how to create a very good first impression using your Irresistible free offer. So let's talk about how to create an irresistible free offer, because you want to create a first good impression, so you got to give your best, right? So let's talk about why is it important to create first good impression, like good impression, right? Because you only have 3 seconds to create that, whether is it when you're in person, when people come to your website, or whatever it is, that just first point of contact. It has to be good because you only have 3 seconds to make it work for you. It's a do or die thing. And of course we can recreate that first impression, but why do you want to spend extra time to do service recovery when you have that one shot at it and then it lasts? So we all know first impression lasts and first impression counts. So actually, to digress even further, to backtrack even further, I want to talk about why is it important to create first impression before we go on to create your irresistible free offer. Okay, so when you go to network events, when people come to your website, it is important, it is vital that you create that first impression, especially if you want to sell high-end packages and charge more, bump up your rates. Then your website has to reflect it. It cannot be DIY-ish. It's also something to do with energy, right? You attract what you radiate. So if you have a DIY-ish website, so what does it say about you? What does that translate into quality, right? So that website is the first point of contact, especially now that we're taking our businesses all online, mostly online. So it is important that you do whatever it takes to hold on to those people, and you want them to spend as much time as they possibly can on your website. And based on statistics, people spend about 3 minutes, and within the first 3 seconds, obviously, if they don't like what they see, they will leave, and they probably never want to come back again. And we all know we need to drive, social media is good, it's fantastic, right? I mean, you get to talk to people, you get to talk to, you get to build relationships with people. And in the past, where social media was not in fashion, then building your list seems to be the way. And yes, one of the reasons why you want to create irresistible free offer is to build your list. So when you build relationships on your social media platform, direct them back to your website, and from your website, they can capture their names and email address and build relationships on your email list. So that's why when people sell their company, it's the list, they sell the company. I mean, they sell their list, right? So there was this this directory for cars in Singapore. It's called SG Car Mart. It was sold for $40 million, okay? And those people who started it, they were just university graduates, but they monopolized the market, so therefore they were able to command that such a high rate. So if you ever plan to sell your business, then you need to build your list, because these are the things that essentially what the company is looking for. All right, so I mean, think of your own buying process, right? When you go, I'm sure you follow many gurus, right? Many experts. And imagine going onto their website with high expectations because they are experts. And then you're like, really? But it doesn't reflect their energy. So it is good if you can spend some money to invest in a web designer to build that brand for you, because people connect with you with the brand, how you look, how you feel. That's why I love doing these videos, because you can actually see me and I keep it really real. So again, what's your brand? Are you very corporate? Hello, hi, my name is Lisa and welcome, blah, blah, blah. Or are you the lifestyle kind? I much prefer the lifestyle, because then it gives me room to do this and this and this, and it's absolutely fine, and it keeps it real, versus the welcome to the 6 o'clock news and this is blah blah blah. So I much prefer that. But then again, it's your brand. So you need to know who your ideal clients are. And this is going to lead me to how you can create a irresistible free offer for the people to opt in. All right, so before I actually go on, I have this Google Hangout going on, and I have the instant teleseminar going on as well. So if you do have any questions, please go to the link. There is there is the pin for that, and then you can call in, press *2, or you can type in the questions and I will get to them once I'm done with this. All right, so this is what you need to do. That's as much as I want to talk about. If you want to find out more about me, then go to this link here, elizen.com. I have, of course, some free gifts for you, and that's how I built my this. And this is how, if you want to see how, free irresistible offer is done, go ahead and check it out and see what it is. And don't like it, unsubscribe, right? So there's no hard and fast rules about it. So, and of course, I'm obsessed with networking as well, because it's about building relationships. And when you first meet people live in person, it is, your persona that you carry out. I mean, if you are a wealth coach and then you're driving this car that's about to die anytime soon, then what first impression are you giving? If you are someone who's teaching weight loss and you are 50 pounds or 50 kg over the ideal weight, then what kind of message are you sending? So you need to walk your talk in that sense, and you have to deliver that. And people do know, people can feel, people can sense. So you want to be as honest as possible, and that's when integrity comes in, and that's when you create that first impression. Because even though it's just about looks, you think, but people are not dumb. They are sensitive. They can feel your energy. They can feel your vibe, whether you are true or are you a fake-o, right? So that's when you build your first impression, whether it's in real life or whatever it is. And on social media, I know there's this thing that we tend to keep it really perfect because we don't want people to dig up our stuff. I recently wrote, in fact, today I wrote an article about cleaning out my skeletons in my closet. And my rule of thumb, it's harder to keep alive because you continuously remember it, and you gotta tell a lie to cover up your lie. So for me, I'm clean. I keep it as clean as possible. I'm as honest as possible. So I have to spend time remembering, and this is my brand, and this is my integrity, and this is my first impression. So this is as good as what you get. What you see is what you get, and this is the kind of impression that I create. I'm blunt, yes, but I'm tactful. So this is my brand, this is who I am. And so you need to think about what you represent and what kind of impression you want to give your people, because at the end of the day, it's hard to keep alive. So once you understand your brand yourself, what kind of impression are you looking to give? Just last year, I was just looking at my videos. I was just mortified and horrified. Like, I was so fully made up. I was looking at my videos. If you go to my website and you just sign up, you will actually see the first video. I saw it the other day and I'm like, oh my God, I had really smoky eyes and the eyelashes and the red lipstick. I'm like, oh Lord, and I told my husband, was this me? But that was who I wanted to be. And then now I'm like, I still have smoky eyes, but I toned it down, and no pale lipstick, or in fact now it's nothing. I much prefer this look because this accurately represent what I'm feeling right now and who I am right now. So it was interesting to see yourself and what kind of impression are you giving. So I invite you to, if you ever log in, don't look at my face, just pay attention to what I have to say in those videos. And so, yeah, I mean, these videos will create impressions as well. Like, I wouldn't be able to turn up without some kind of makeup because I think that's rude, right? I mean, I don't feel confident, so therefore I'm not going to show up in my not confident look. So this is as far as it can go, right? So that's how you create first impression, because that's the first point of contact. So now you're very clear, and even if you get out of the house, right, I want you to actually check the mirror and make sure you're feeling good about yourself, because I mean, we are women, we are very intuitive and we are fussy as well. So you might experience the day before and you know that you want to sleep another 5 more minutes into your morning, and then you prepare your clothes before you wake up, right? For the next morning, I mean. So you prepare this suit, and then the next day when you wake up, you could feel completely off with that suit because the energy of that suit is not vibrating with your current energy. So you change. And what happens if you force yourself to wear that despite knowing that you're going to be so uncomfortable, you're going to have a horrible day. So therefore, before you step out of the house for any business events, networking, or any meetings, make sure you're comfortable in your attire, because again, that amounts to the impression that you give people. You know, you may be a very confident coach, but a confident business person, a confident whatever you are, and then just because of that day, you made that little, okay, my hair is off, sorry, that's first impression, that decision to not honor your intuition, you walk out, people may seem like, hey, she's not confident, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but you know, but because of that. So don't screw up your first impressions because of your clothes and you know you could control it. Okay, so that's for the offline networking, offline kind of like first impression, and also like name cards. I mean, I think now I'm not in favor of name cards, but if you absolutely must, your name cards has to tally with your brand and then make sure it's not tattered. And you know, I know when I attend networking events, I know there are a lot of new startups and they would self-print that paper, and the paper is flimsy, like literally like, you know, that kind of paper, and it's tattered, like dog-eared. Then I prefer you not to, you know, print any at all and just come up with some story and say, hey, you know, I ran out of name cards, business cards, it's on the way, and you know, why don't you give me yours, and I could, you know, I will drop you an email and keep in contact via that. So I'll be sharing a lot of networking tips via my new group. It's called Her Spiritual Network, because there is only so much you can do on Facebook, but you need a network to build your brand and get your name out there, and your network is your net worth. So I'll be sharing more tips. If you enjoy networking tips or if you want to know more, go ahead and go to herspiritualnetwork.com to get more information. And if you ever find yourself running out of name cards, or you ran out of name cards, or you are so in need of them, I suggest you don't print them yourself, because again, that's first impression. That person met you for the first time, is meeting you for the first time, and you cannot control what's going on. It's like she creates an impression. It's like the first date, right? The guy could be an absolutely darling, right? But that day he was just running late, he didn't have time to go shower, and he comes up sweaty and like, ooh, I would not want to meet this jerk, right? Ever again. So it's again like this with networking. You know, I always say networking is like speed dating, but not exactly going to get married, but your process is the same, to get clients, to get married, to, you know, whatever. So the process is the same. So if you ever, again, do not sabotage yourself like this, because you only have one time to make that first impression. Don't screw it up, right? And then when you actually say you send them to something, make sure your links are all clickable. I know I'm guilty of links that are not clickable and stuff like this, but that is after I built a relationship with them, all right? So, and I would check and I would say, hey, I'm so sorry, this is da da da, and really be honest, right? But especially if it's the first time, then make sure your website is looking good and that kind of thing. Especially on social media and like on Facebook, if you're directing people outside of Facebook, then you jolly better make sure that it's a well worth click, because if it's not, they're like, you know, so people are hard to please nowadays, you know. So that's first impression. All right, got it? Yes, all right. So if you have any questions about first impression, please go to the Spiritual Entrepreneurs group on Facebook, and let's have a conversation with it. So the next thing I want to talk about is how do you create a irresistible free offer. You know, gone were the days where you just put a subscribe button, subscribe to my newsletter. It's not working anymore, because, you know, even your neighbor's daughter is some kind of healer consultant or whatever it is. So it's no longer good enough to just say, hey, subscribe to my newsletter. You need to offer some kind of ethical bribe to exchange for their email. And these emails, I mean, in the past where social media is absolutely foreign, then people, mostly the marketers, depend solely on building their list. And I agree you have to build your list, because if dinosaurs aren't a sure thing, weren't a sure thing, what makes you so sure that the internet and Facebook or whatever other social media platforms will be a sure thing? And the only sure thing is your email list. And say if the internet completely goes down, then again it's going back to fundamentals. It's building that personal interaction, face-to-face relationship, or some kind of relationship that is going to be lifelong and meaningful, and so on and so forth. So you have to have a backup plan for your business. That's what I'm saying. Seriously, I don't think Facebook is ever going to go anytime soon. But if the dinosaurs weren't a sure thing, what makes it so sure the internet is going to be a sure thing? And you need to recession-proof your business, right? So growing your list. And I know a lot of people say the money's in the list, grow your list, money's in the list, grow your list. Yes, to a certain point it is. But I don't agree you're going to buy a list, because it's wasting time and money, because it's like those buying your Facebook likes. It's absolutely wasting money. I have done it, and it's absolutely a waste of money, because they're not your ideal clients. They're not consciously clicking on the likes or consciously wanting to opt in. So therefore, they're not your ideal clients, and they will not be responsive, right? So you may have a very small list, but if they are responsive, like they actually read your emails, then you've got a good list, and then build from there, right? So many people are going wide right now, so they're not going deep with their relationships. You need to go wide, and you need to find time to go deep as well. That's what networking is all about. Networking is not going and distributing your name cards. It's not like this. Networking is finding, and if you're attending a networking event, thinking and hoping to find your right guy immediately. Oh my God, I'm bleeding. And your natural lipstick, right? Maybe I should just do this. Okay, sorry. And to find your ideal client straight away, then you are not networking for the right reason. You're just gonna be disappointed and just complete waste of time. Nobody networks like this. I mean, you don't go to an event and immediately decide he's gonna be the one I will marry and he's gonna be the father of my child. Nobody decides like this. Same thing with networking events. So creating a first impression is so important. All right. And so then you need to know who are your ideal clients. You have to know who you want to serve. Who are your ideal clients that you are also willing to serve? They are contracted to work with you. And so if you're just going to just subscribe to my newsletter, nobody's going to sign up, trust me. And if you don't know what they want, then how can you create an irresistible free offer for them to sign up? So the next thing you want to do is not the most sexy thing in the business. That most people want to do is to go do target market research. It's not sexy. You don't have, nowadays we are so blessed with so many forums, Facebook forums and such, so if you're in like the love department, right? Go to the forums and see what people are actually writing, and then see and hear what they write. And then from them, you can actually understand where they are coming from, what do they want. At the end of the day, you cannot sell something people don't want to buy. You cannot sell something you're not confident in selling. So go to these forums, ask questions in a very neutral state. What do you think about this? Blah, 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 blah. And then get answers from there. And the next thing you want to do is actually talk to real people, your ideal clients, and then ask them what the challenges, their pain point, what is it they're willing to pay, what is it they're not willing to pay. If you have this, what do you think about this? And ask them these questions. Then you're really confident. Oh, I know my ideal client. Like for me, I know my ideal client wants to raise their profile. They want to be an expert. They want to make meaningful money. They want to use their gifts and talent to make a difference in the world, and at the same time make amazing, meaningful money. Why not? And have time freedom, right? They do not want to go back to a job. They want to live life on purpose and just contribute, So why not? And I know what they are going through. They have no business and structures. That's just because they know they have gifts and talents. It's not enough to get the name out there. It's not enough to actually build a sustainable business. So once I know that, I then create a free offer, like last year my free offer this is like the most popular free offer ever. It's like make 10K right now to fund your business. So most people cannot imagine oh, I can really make 10K, but it is humanly doable. And therefore I explain in the free series how you can actually do it. And if you are interested, go ahead, and it's all on my website. And so I explained to them how they do it. And recently I did a free video series for startups. If you're less than 12 months in business, making less than 3K, then go sign up. It's for you. If you're starting out, what do you expect? What do you need to do as a startup to momentumly build your business momentum, to have momentum in building your business? So these are the questions I asked, what they're going through, and therefore I created a free offer. And so because it's of value to them or to you, so therefore you opt in and you claim those free gifts, right? And now the latest thing I'm doing is I'm building my spiritual network. It's called the Her Spiritual Network, as I talked about, because I see this in the market. There's so many coaches, so many healers, especially in my spiritual community, and not enough clients. They are marketing to one another. They're going onto Facebook, posting it one by one. And honestly, how many Facebook groups can you post in a day? Like 3, 5, so what? People don't really read it because there's, if you are in a group of, like, say 5,000, people are going to your thread. Your thread may be missed, right? So, and other people are trying to sell their stuff as well. So then how would you then stand out? So therefore I have been inspired to create this spiritual network so that you can recession-proof your business and have your peers, your soul sisters, promote for you. And that's one of the most effective and efficient and cost-saving way to get your name out there, because people are talking about you and you have third-person endorsement. So imagine in a group of 30 people, and these 30 people have 250 friends, and they love and adore you because they genuinely want you to succeed. And then they are willing to blast it out for you, and you get 7,500 people in reach, organic reach. Did you spend anything? Yes, just a membership for the network. Similarly, what goes around comes around, and if they genuinely care about you, you will genuinely care about them, and you will do the same thing for them, right? So this is something that I see in the market. I see a problem in the marketplace, and therefore I created this solution. So in order for you to create a solution, and in order for you to be a problem solver, let's put it this way: your gifts are only good if you can actually use them to serve people. Your gifts are completely, I'm sorry to say, but useless if you're not using it for something even better. So it is your duty to get over yourself, learn how to build your business, and get your name out there so that you can impact and inspire and change more lives. God forbid, if you're not using your gifts, he might just jolly well take it away from you. So do you want him to take it away? No, then do something about it, right? So your gifts will not be useful if you're not actually using them to help someone transform their lives, right? So it's your duty to, your gifts are great. They are just tools to help someone transform and have a better life. So I always talk about why would people want to hire you? Why would people want to talk to you? This is exactly what is your USP, your unique selling proposition. Because Reiki, card reading, coaching, they're just tools to help someone improve their lives. But improve to what? If you don't know what they want, then you cannot sell them what they want, right? So in marketing, it says sell them what they need. No, sell them what they want and then give them what they need. Sell them what they want and then give them what they need. So if you don't know what they want, then you cannot give them what they need, which is your core message, self-love, that kind of thing, right? So this is your duty to go do that survey, talk to your ideal clients, and understand what is it they're talking about. And then using their own language, you can then write up a beautiful copy on your website, so that when this is then you stop selling, right? You're like, where are my clients? I'm going to sell. So when you know exactly what words they use, you know exactly what kind of language they use, you can then go to their write whatever that they said on your website, and when they this is where you have to drive traffic to your website. And if they land on your website and they're just reading, you know what, she knows, oh my god, how does she know oh my God, I have to work with her. This is the kind of response you need to have your clients like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Yes, I finally found this. Oh yeah, oh my God, I've been waiting for this. So this is exactly the kind of reaction you want your clients to feel, and they self-select. Like, this is exactly who I am. She knows what I'm talking about, and she has a solution to my problem. Yes, let me contact her, and I want to work with her. This is why you need to do target market research, okay? And people want to be able, and by sharing your story, by knowing what their story, and then you kind of like can relate to them, and they can relate to you as well. And in your free irresistible offer, IFO, okay, let me have some breathing space. IFO, people say, but if I give all my secrets away, then people won't hire me at all. Then why would they even want to hire me? So the contrary is true. If you give away, I'm not asking you to give everything away. It's not possible to give everything away. But if you give your best, you give everything in that allocated, limited slot that you have. Say like your video is 5 minutes, and give it your best shot. Like really give it all. People feel it, and if they can instantly transform their lives, or implement one secret or one strategy that you have given, and they can immediately see improvement in their lives, then that is when, oh my God, yes, I've got to work with her because it works. And that's when you build trust, right? I mean, if you're in the healing service kind of industry, you're literally selling the invisible. And it's not like a product. You can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it, and you can then, have this touch feeling. But if you're selling a service, you can't. So if you can give willingly, what goes around comes around, right? So what you radiate, you attract. So when you are willing to give all your best, like on my speech, I give my best. I don't like, oh, you gotta talk to me and hire me. But I just tell you the truth. My time with you is 30 minutes. I give you my best in 30 minutes. And if you want more, go schedule another session with me or hire me. Simple as that. Is it wrong? No, there's nothing wrong or right about it, because in that 30 minutes, I gave you my best within the allocated time slot that we have agreed upon. All right? So give your best. People can feel it. And when you give your best, you will receive your best. So don't be afraid, like, oh, if I give out all my secrets, then, why would I? But the contrary is true. When you give your best, you do your best, you only get the best. So people want results. At the end of the day, it's results. It's not about you. It's always about them. They want results. So if you can position yourself as a problem solver for them, listen, again, I say this, Reiki, whatever intuitive thing, it is not a problem solver. You must first identify, why do they need this in the first place? Why do they need Reiki in the first place? Only then will they be more interested in listening to what you have to say. You have to remember, it's always what's in it for me as in the client, and it's not you. All right, so I'm going to go to the chat line and see if there are any questions today. If you have a question, then I invite you to go and call me on the instant teleseminar line at *2, press *2 and I'll unmute your line, or you can type your question via the chat box. Alrighty, it seems like there are no questions today. So if you would like to start a conversation with me, go to the Spiritual Entrepreneurs group on the Facebook group, and we can start a conversation with this. Let me know what are your irresistible free offers. Share why have you created them? How's the traction for you and stuff like this. It's an amazing community. I started it in January 1st, and it's been going so well. First of all, of course, I listened to my intuition. I was actually looking for something else, and then it just grew organically on its own. I think very soon it will hit 3K in 4 months. So it's a major leap for me. So I know how I got to this. This is like, I know I'm spiritual, I'm an entrepreneur, and so I've been through how a healer kind of thing, the way they work. So this is my life's work. This is exactly why this, oh my God, I'm meant to do this because of what I've been through. And I'm now giving back and sharing and helping other spiritual entrepreneurs. I think there are two types of spiritual entrepreneurs. One type is you are spiritual and you are literally doing the woo-woo work. And the other kind is you are spiritual and you embrace spiritual living. Either ways, we are all spiritual. We are all one. So I started that group on the 1st of January, and it just took off. And so I know exactly what spiritual entrepreneurs want. So it is your duty right now, it's your job to go talk to your ideal clients, see what they want. People think that it's a miracle, like how can I grow it so fast? But in fact, I know exactly what people want, and and I'm very observant. I don't go on Facebook for nothing. I make sure I spend my time well. I see what people are writing and I hear what they write. So that's how I actually can, and if I'm not sure, I ask them questions. That's how you build relationships. It's just not by selling what you think they need. If you're selling based on what you think they need, then you're wasting time and effort. And I see so many people, especially new people, like they see the gurus, the experts, right? They launch a product and boom, 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 they sell because they have a list. They have really built a relationship with them. They do have a list. So for you, if you are new and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to spend time to build my, to create a program right now, or, a self-help kind of online program, I tell you, forget it. Don't do it right now. But it's a chicken. Yeah, I know it's a chicken and egg thing. And I know that you need something to sell. But if you don't exactly know what they want, then you're just creating based on what you think they need. Then it's not going to sell because they don't want it, right? So it's whatever it is, however you slice it, you still have to do your target market research, talk to people what they want, and then build your list. And at the same time, concurrently, nobody says you can't do it. I didn't say you can't, but I'm just saying don't do it independently, either or. So build a program and then you can sell to them, But what's the worst? Like create a program and nobody wants to buy. That's like even worse, right? And so I think coaching programs, healing, there's nothing much to sell because every client is different, every session is different. But you can just say, oh, at the end of this 4 months, you're gonna get clarity in who your ideal clients are. You're gonna get a clean and sparkle elevator pitch. You're going to get basic systems and structures in place. You're going to get your signature program, blah, 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 blah. So you can have all these listed out. Is exactly what you're going to get, but every client is different, so you can't really guarantee anything what's going on in the session. So suddenly in one of the sessions, she may just break up with her boyfriend. You got to work with that. So then work with that so that she can go on with her business, right? So so going back to your programs, I would say don't do anything. Don't create anything right now until you have this pool of people, because I feel personally you're just running away from the real deal, which is to actually work on your business. Go get yourself out there, talk to people. It's just a cover to cover, working on the real stuff, which is go talk to people. Okay, so I want you to, so think about it. Once you're done with the online programs, and then what? You need people to buy, and where are the people? So, right, you get the point, and then you're going to be so disappointed with this. So just go right to the source and build your list first, all right? And people can unsubscribe, remember, right? So therefore, this first impression is so crucial because you don't want to screw up the first time, and therefore every lead is precious. It can put, yes, in business term, every name equals money, but I see it as every name potentially you can help change and transform their life. So see that as precious, and see that as and see that as something that God has given to you, and hold that dear to your heart, because if you're not suitable, why would God send you that person, right? So even if it's one person on your list, make sure that you treat this one person with love, with respect, and and it will grow from there. All right. You may start out with a very small list right now, but everyone start out, from this exactly where you are, and you just fine tune and go along and see what people want. Like, the next training I want to do is how to, somewhere along those lines, how to use networking to grow your business, because that's something that I see there's a need and there is, I want to do this, so I will do it. And then the right ones who feel like they are in the right ones will be called to it. So you got to also trust the process, right? And I also want to let you know that most people do not buy on the first contact. They need to know, like, and trust you first. So in the past, it was like they need to see you at least 7 times before they make a decision. But right now, with so much sparkles going on, they need to see you at least probably, the last I checked was at least 23 to 26 times, but not right now. I probably think they need to see you at least 50 times, because what you do is not independently unique anymore. So that's something that you need to work on. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's going back to target market research, knowing what your ideal clients want, who are you willing to serve, because God forbid the next thing you want to do is you take on the client just for the money. She schedules something with you. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to work with her. So you make sure who you want to work with, who completely lights you up. Are they corporate women, mothers, whatever? So you go figure that out. And from there, you can then narrow it down to the ideal clients that you are meant to serve, right? Pray about it, meditate about it, and then go hunt them down, and sit them down, buy them coffee, and talk to them, whatever it is. All right, and then you are able to craft out a free, irresistible free offer, and then create a good first impression. Not because you want them to hire you, but first point in mind, like, oh, she can help. So usually the first person that comes to mind may not be the best, but the mind will think that they are the best. So make sure that you're in front of your ideal clients when they need your services. All right, so let me go back to the questions and see if there are any questions and anyone. Otherwise, I will see you somewhere online. If you're not already part of my group, go to Facebook. There's The Spiritual Entrepreneurs. Join the group. Beautiful people, beautiful, meaningful conversations, and go to the link and get your free gifts. And at the same time, if you are ready to get your name out there, build a community where they will send you quality leads and referrals so that you stop hunting clients every month, go to herspiritualnetwork.com to get all the details. And I will be interviewing 20, but now it's 16 people interviewing you, and I will send your links, promote you, help you raise your profile, and help you get your name out there. So there are 16 slots left, so be sure, if you're keen on getting that. That's the roosters outside my house, so that's still living in the moment. And and get all the details there, and I'll see you somewhere online, either the Spiritual Entrepreneurs or the Her Spiritual Network, or at my website. All right, so you take care. Have a lovely, lovely, wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Bye.